Howdy everyone, it's me once again, the one and only Killer Rodan. And today, I'm continuing my Disney movie marathon by talking about something Disney related, of course, because that's the whole point. But anyway, yeah, for this video, it's gonna be like a little topic thing we'll be talking about. So, yes, of course, it's gonna be Disney related in some sort of manner, I guess you can say, folks. That's true. And I also had in mind GameStop, even though they're a bunch of bastards as far as I'm concerned. But the whole thing with, used games and whatnot, so it's got me thinking, like, wait a minute, how can I talk about these two things? Because originally I was thinking maybe do separate videos or whatever, so I just thought about it. Okay, why not just combine the two in one video? Because why not, I guess? So when it comes to used games, just used stuff in general, when you come to places like Goodwill and whatnot, the second-hand stores, I like to call them the hand-me-down stores, I guess. And that's not my way of talking trash about those kind of stores, because I understand not everybody is going to be able to pay the original price. While I do prefer buying it new, though, but just because I can afford it does not mean somebody else next to me can, obviously. But that's kind of the thing here. I do prefer buying it brand new because I do like to, help the individual who made this said product, whether it's a movie or a game. But if you buy it used, it's just the store itself that's getting the money. You would get the money if you sell it off to a stranger by using one of those apps like Let Go or anything else similar to that, I guess. So, you have to realize people can legally do that. As long as not bootlegging, of course. Bootlegging is a whole separate issue, obviously. So, this is by no means trying to tell you that I'm going to be supporting bootlegging, because if truth be told here, folks, I'm against stealing. And bootlegging is a form of thievery. Of course, in the on, you have to talk about the whole bit of the copyright infringement and whatnot. Yes, I do realize many people had stated arguments against your stuff, especially when it comes to video games, because within the said arguments, they said that buying used stuff, especially used video games, is no different than bootlegging the said item, especially video games, which is absurd because considering the fact that buying a used video game is not the same as bootlegging it. I mean, you do have the legal right to buy the used game or resell it if you want to. Maybe, okay, let's say you need an extra few dollars for, I don't know, maybe for gasoline or something. And maybe you don't like that game anymore. Maybe you do like it, but you just got tired of playing it for whatever reason. And you just want to sell it off, and you got $20 out of that, and you use that $20 for gasoline. Or, something like that. Or maybe you just want to get a hamburger, or make yourself a treat or something. You just got rid of it. And it's not necessarily applying to people with low income. You could have a good amount of money in your bank account, and you could do that to sell that said game off. And you just want to get a few extra dollars for something. You can do that too. That's fine. You do have a legal right to buy a used game and sell your game that you used for whatever reason. In that sense, you mean to tell me the entire staff of Goodwill is doing nothing but supporting piracy? You mean like all of this? Same with the used items? So why does it only apply to video games and not other used items? So this kind of argument already seems to be going against used video games. So Goodwill sells nothing but used items. That's what the market thrives on. So yeah, it's just really ridiculous when you think about it, folks. Really, really ridiculous. Of course, I'm against the bootlegging stuff. Of course, regardless of what it is, I don't like bootlegs at all. No, bootlegging is definitely thievery. So you can't convince me otherwise. But buying used items and buying used games is not the same as bootlegging. these said items. They're not one and the same, like at all. You do have the legal right to buy those used items or make money off of used items or whatnot. But as long as you don't bootleg it, that's the thing. Buying used items isn't copyright infringement. I mean, yes, it sucks that the individual who made these said items aren't getting any money. Yes, I want them to make the money. That's true. I want them to make the money too. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I'm going to be against the person who made these said items. Yes, the company should make money. Yes, the people who made it should make money. Yes, I believe everybody should make money as long as it's legal. As long as it helps in that matter and whatnot. So these naysayers will get mad if the stores that sell cell phones like Metro told them that they can't sell their phone and whatnot, make money off it. See? I'm telling you, it's not the same as bootlegging. When you actually think about it, it sounds really ridiculous. So yeah, think about that. And not gonna lie, folks, I did go to Goodwill quite a few times, but it's primarily just to to look for the VHS tapes of Disney stuff. If I'm gonna go there, it's really primarily for that, if anything. And yeah, I do have a bit of a collection of VHS tapes, specifically for Disney. And if anything, I don't have to actually watch them, of course, but if anything, it's just to collect it of this kind of stuff. Yeah, there's a certain charm about, the old tech from, yesteryear, so to speak. I know it's technically dead tech, okay, I know, I realize that. But there's a certain, I guess, charm to it, I guess you can say. So I just want to get this kind of thing. Even though earlier in the video I said I do prefer buying new, but I don't see Target or, Best Buy or anything like that going to be selling these at all. And they're never going to buy these again. So chances are they're going to find these VHS tapes of Disney in places like Goodwill. If not there, or I will go to a place like Rasputin. Yes, another handy-down store. I mean, okay, if you want to be technical about it, it's a second-hand store, really. But Goodwill and Rasputin are the only two places that I know of so far that would, sell the VHS tapes. I mean, there's other places, I guess, but to my knowledge, those are the two I would go to often. And sometimes in Rasputin, I might taking store credit rather than taking the cash within the whatever I buy a bad movie and just go there and just trade it for store credit, I guess, and just do that there. Again, see, it's not the same thing as bootlegging. I know bootlegging is bad, which it is. I'm not disagreeing on that statement. So get off my back, will you? But yeah, you could always go on online shopping, I guess, that for Amazon or eBay or whatever for the Disney VHS tapes, or you can find a way to sell it because the VHS tape for Disney, they're definitely worth a lot, folks. They'll definitely go up for quite a bit of high value. So yeah, if you have some Disney VHS tapes laying around and you want to make some profit off of that, there's your chance. You can make a lot of money online for that stuff. If you can find a way to do it, then by all means, go ahead. That's technically not stealing when you think about it. You're allowed to do so. And there are people out there who do find old tech. Again, I know dead tech. I know I get it, but some people still want to collect those kinds of stuff. Some people are still fans of this kinds of stuff. So there you go. There's a profit you can make right there. Even if you just want to save up some money, and maybe you're not dirt poor, you just want to save up some money for like whatever reason. There you go. You just want a few extra bucks in your savings account. There you go. You can do that if you like. That's a perfect opportunity to do so. That's a perfect opportunity to do so. Before I forget, there's even the one place called Half Price Books, which yes, does sell VHS tapes and whatnot as well. I mean, it's used, sure, but there's other used items within that place as well. So if you actually, dig around a little bit, you can actually find places like that. Even if not many places would carry said items, there's a perfect way you can actually do this. Again, despite the fact that I prefer buying it new for the obvious reasons, but I'm not gonna go after people who might have to go to this kind of stores. I mean, it's usually somebody that's in really low income, maybe on the food stamps or Social Security or SSD or what have you, some sort of fixed income. It's usually people like this who would want to go to a place like that. And this is not my way to rant against those people like that. It's perfectly understandable. You can't get something super nice right away. I mean, okay, you could always save it up, I guess. A few dollars here, a few dollars there. Within a few months, you can actually have quite a bit of money. So, if you want to buy a brand new video game that's cost about, or at least nearly $70, you go always save it up, I guess. If you wanna support your favorite publisher, I guess you can do that. Just knowing the fact that it's gonna take a hot minute. But still, I'm not gonna rant on those people, of course. I mean, I understand some people have low income are just being lazy. Some people are being lazy, sure. But I'm not gonna say all of them are like that. I'm not gonna. So again, don't be thinking I'm just gonna use this video to vent against these people. It's not meant to be like a rant video like that anyway. But yeah, some people are have it harder than others because maybe because of of a disability or what have you. So some people do have it harder than others, which yes is terrible, of course. So this is not my way. I'm trying to step on toes of those people. Of course, that's not what I'm trying to do here. So just to have a little disagreement where that buying used items, especially used video games, is not the same as bootlegging. You're not downloading the said game illegally and selling out to the neighborhood, in your local street or whatever, your friends and families or whatever. It's not the same thing. No, or just to random strangers. No, it's not the same damn thing at all. But yeah, folks, you're just pissing me off. Is that especially with video games, that argument saying that it's the same as bootlegging, it's the same as pirates, it's a complete lie. I mean, there's just thing about it. There are used car dealerships. Why aren't you saying the same kind of thing towards that? There are plenty of used car dealerships out there. You're not saying anything about that at all. So yeah, it just comes out. You're just picking favorites. So yeah, and there's also, okay, let's say maybe you do have a brand new spanking new car, but you just use parts like maybe the new transmission or anything else like that, or maybe tire parts, maybe and whatnot or whatever stuff of that nature. You can have used parts in a brand new car. That actually is possible. So I don't see anybody saying that. Oh, that's bootlegging. I don't see arguments against that. So what is it about used video games specifically seems to get all this hate? I don't understand it. I don't get it. Yes, the publishers should get money. Yes, it's understandable that they need money to make profit, to make to support that said game. Yes, I do realize that making video games do require you know a loan, a budget, and they need to make that money back plus profit in order to support what they're doing and to make more, maybe make another sequel, or maybe make a different addition to a certain game, because there's been multiple different additions for various video games. They can't do none of that if they don't get any money. Okay, yeah, like I said, I get that. I completely understand that. A game was released, and to release a game, it takes money. For the computers, for the sound effects, so on and so forth. That takes a lot of time and money. Even independent games need money. But simultaneously, I don't think it's right for somebody to forcefully forbid somebody for selling a said item or buying a said item from the store. even if it's a used game. Seeing that DD's discount must be running a gigantic empire with that logic right there, folks. You don't call it logic because that's a used store too. You shouldn't use items and whatnot. Yeah, I've been there before quite a few times. Okay, not exactly my favorite place to, to buy stuff, sure. But still, I'm not going to try to forbid anybody from going there. If you want to spend your money there, go ahead. I don't care. I couldn't care any less even if I could. Whatever, life goes on. So if that's what you want to do, go ahead. I know it's usually somebody from a fixed income that would usually do that, of course. Again, not that I'm trying to, say anything bad about those people, of course, because, people do live in different conditions, different circumstances, and whatnot, for whatever reason, of course. But yeah, it happens and whatnot. So I guess this was my way of trying to defend the used market in general, I guess you can say. The Disney stuff, video game stuff, or whatever. But yeah, like I said, it's not really my thing, really. But like I said earlier, I usually would probably want to go to those places, maybe the VJ's tapes or whatever reason, or for whatever else I may want to go there for whatever reason, I guess. But still, again, I do prefer to buy new, of course, obviously. But yeah, I got nothing against used stuff. So I know I made a similar video to this a little while ago. So this is my way of doing like an updated version of that video, I guess. So just trying to throw in my 2 cents, no pun intended, about some subject matter. I've seen this kind of arguments all over YouTube and whatnot. I just think it's ridiculous. Let the people be. Let them be. No one said that you specifically have to buy used stuff. If you don't want to buy used stuff, fine. Don't. It's your right to not want to buy it. Just don't. Just don't. Just don't. It's easy as that. Just don't. But don't go around and just complain about those other people, trying to make them look bad for buying you stuff. Come on. It's a free market, isn't it? It's a form of capitalism. So capitalism is only good if it helps the other person. That doesn't make any sense. Capitalism should not be a one-side kind of a thing here. So give me a break, really. Yeah? But yeah, folks, it just doesn't make any sense. So yeah, this video is pretty lengthy, folks. I still do appreciate anybody for actually staying tuned this long, just me talking about stuff or whatever. But yeah, I just thought this would be a good way to talk about, these two things. Of course, while I still talk about something Disney related. But yeah, it's a good way to save money, of course. I mean, it doesn't always work. Sometimes the set used item can be just as expensive as a brand new copy, which kind of defeats the whole purpose when you think about it. But, okay, whatever. But yeah, you can't save so money because the used items often can be much cheaper than the original cost of the new item. So there was that. Keep that in mind, folks. Alright then, I think this video's gone long enough. Yada yada yada, blah 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 blah. So of course, as usual, thanks for watching and take care. Until next time, see ya. Oh yeah.